We are kicking over in 3, 2, 1.
Halfway in the process of taking my shirt off because it felt like it was suddenly very warm in here. I don't know why. Shouldn't be really. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Down to Hell. But it's kind of a new start for us here on our new home on YouTube. So everything looks kind of different to us, but the show looks the same to you. I hope lots of you have traveled over to join us from our previous home on Twitch. If we've got some of our Twitch family with us on the chat.
I recognize at least one Twitch name.
Please say so and say hello. And for those of you who are with us for the first time, Steph said she'd already seen one person on the chat saying, "At last I've found you," which is part of the reason why we moved from Twitch to be here on YouTube. So we are here every Thursday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern time, unless otherwise advertised. And roughly speaking, every other week is just me and Steph chattering about whatever comes to mind. And in particular, as tonight, we hope that you on the chat will drive the conversation as much as we do. If you have any questions you want to put to me about the wonderful world of Hellraiser or anything else you like, then that's fine. Treat this as a virtual Q&A, basically. Steph and the Archangel David, who hovers over our heads, keeping us safe and protecting us from the powers of darkness that would otherwise lure us astray. Are you with us, Archangel?
I am here.
I
the
see
voice of the Archangel David.
I see people saying that you don't use real names on Twitch. You can change your display name to anything on YouTube. I've learned that exploring the YouTube world. If you go to home and you click on your icon and you where it says edit channel, you can go in there and make your name anything you want. So there is no need to use your real name. So if you want to do that, because YouTube highly suggests that you protect your privacy and identity for good reason.
Good idea. Good idea. You know what YouTube's
get,
like.
Very vicious, but
yes. But if you do get vicious, you're going to get attacked by someone who is far more vicious than you could possibly be. My darling wife.
That's not right at all. That's not very nice.
But you're not going to be vicious. You're all going to be.
No, someone's going to be
lovely.
An asshole. I'm gonna
no, I know.
delete them.
But nobody's going to be an asshole. Everybody's going to be lovely.
YouTube. You always
and
have
everybody's
assholes.
going to coexist in peace, love, and harmony.
I hope so.
So this format is roughly every other week, and every other week in between, we like to have a guest. And all those previous shows, you've probably already seen this on the Horror Hub channel, have now been migrated over from Twitch to YouTube. So they're all available.
Have they all been, David? Or
all except last week.
Okay. So
right. So that's all the shows
working
with
on
our
it.
guests. Josh Balls, who's a member of the Horror Hub team, and also, of course, formerly a member of the band Motionless in White. Matt Montgomery, aka Piggy D, bassist in Rob Zombie's band. Mick Garris, Mike Schiff, who's just completed his epic documentary on the history of horror and metal. Who am I missing out? Barbie Wilde, how could I possibly forget? Great show that was. Peaches Christ.
Pardon me while I'm
Tom
posting.
Savini. Who am I forgetting?
I don't know. I've seen
Dave Schrader was with us last week, paranormal talk show host.
Some of the ads
Halls
for the
of Files
shows
on Travel Channel
that we've done, and I said, "Oh, I had completely forgotten we talked to that person."
See, we're all super.
We did Steve from Ghost Nation.
Right?
Yes. That
and
was
Ghost
a cool
Hunters.
one. So,
yes.
So we like to mix it up: bit of music, bit of horror, bit of ghost hunting, bit of paranormal, and I'd like to widen the scope of guests even more as we move along on life's merry road.
Yes, I'm pardon me, I'm trying to type into Facebook that we are here.
Okay.
I'm not seeing very well. So.
I'm slightly stymied because I can't really see the chat on my own. If there are any questions, David, pick them out.
Not at the moment. Just people welcoming the whole name thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys, need further help on changing your name, just look it up on YouTube and it'll show you.
What a concept!
Yeah, I was wondering that at first too when I first really started. Because I used to stupidly think that YouTube was a relatively, benign sort of place. I learned very quickly.
How naive you are. Well, I must say, everybody on my channel is very lovely.
Well, for now, for now. You wait.
I don't mean this. I mean my.
On Twitch, Twitch was fairly.
No, my story reading channel. My YouTube
everybody's
channel.
Great. Yeah.
But everybody loves me.
Really?
We'll find out, I guess.
Bradley's a douchebag. I heard him say. Let me click publish here.
We were at Black Forge Coffee House here in Pittsburgh last Saturday morning, doing a live podcast,
which is up, by the way. If you check out Blackcraft, the Witching Hour,
over on Twitch.
Well, no, I don't know that it is on Twitch
because it's all over everywhere. It's on Spotify. And
it's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts.
Everywhere you'd expect it.
Probably YouTube.
So
I don't know.
It's Blackcraft, the Witching Hour.
Mm-hmm.
So with Bobby Shabensky, who is Mr. Blackcraft, and the aforementioned Josh Balls. And very good it was too. Good turnout.
It was. I actually listened a little bit. I typically don't, listen to interviews, but
was it good?
It was good. It was good to hear you guys. Because when I was at the venue, I was, chit-chatting in the back there and didn't hear a whole lot of what you were saying. But so I listened a bit, and it's good. Cool.
Good.
You guys have good chemistry.
Yes. Well, we've known Bobby a long time, and Josh is just
feels
lovely.
Like we've known Josh a long time.
It does.
Yeah.
And having talked about every other week and so forth, let me say straight away that we won't be here next week, because next week we will be in Atlanta because we're getting back on the convention trail again. So we will be at Days of the Dead Atlanta. Not this coming weekend, the following weekend, 25th to the 27th of March are the dates. If you're in the Atlanta area, please do drop in and say hello.
And go to the Museum of Puppetry.
Yeah, we went to the Museum of Puppetry last time. It was 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
2019.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is great. Lots of Muppets.
I cried.
Bert and Ernie are there.
I cried.
Who would? But it
wasn't
Emmett. Emma Dotter
came around the corner and there was Emma Dotter, and I ugly cried.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steph ugly cries when she meets her heroes.
I do. I mean, well, I could cry in front of a Muppet. That was fine. He didn't know.
You just got your belated birthday card from Pee-wee.
No, that was Christmas.
A belated Christmas card.
Yes.
Oh.
Running a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not ugly cry in front of Pee-wee for the record.
Not in front. No.
I waited.
As soon as you left, she collapsed in my arms.
Held it.
Ugly cried.
Held it together, went around the curtain, ugly cried. I think a lot of people understood that.
You're checking off your heroes. Emma Dotter, Pee-wee.
Emma Dotter, Pee-wee.
Meatloaf. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you meeting them or killing them off?
I hope not.
You can't.
Who else?
You can't kill Emmett, can you?
Yeah. Who else? No, there's still people I haven't met. No, I've met a few of my heroes.
Who's remaining on the bucket list?
Jarvis.
Oh.
Jarvis Cocker. All the members of the B-52s.
All of them.
All of them.
But not necessarily at once.
Yes, that would be great.
Right.
Why would I not want to meet them all at one time?
Save a lot of time.
Exactly. I guess, yes.
Did you see the preview for or the trailer for the Elvis movie?
I didn't know there was an Elvis movie.
That pretentious ass Baz Luhrmann. It's a Baz Luhrmann film. Right. It's an Elvis biopic. It already looks ridiculous. Did you see the preview for that, David?
I understand this biopic.
I saw the name.
A biopic sounds like...
Yeah, I don't... What that technically does that mean? I don't know.
Well, it's a biopic. It's a biographical picture.
Right.
Therefore, it's a biopic. But Americans keep calling it a biopic. Okay,
well, fucking sue me.
Sounds like something... sounds like something my eye doctor uses. I'm just going to put the biopic on you.
Did you understand what I was saying when I said it? Did you know what I meant?
Better with or without?
Did you know what I meant when I said it?
Better with or without?
Answer me.
I did, but it always sounds
shut the fuck
wrong.
Up.
Well, yeah. Okay.
You know exactly what I was saying. And besides, I think I've heard an equal number of people pronouncing it in both ways. No, don't correct me for my pronunciations. I'm American.
I'm not.
You pronounce things wrong. Get over it.
Okay.
Aluminium.
All right. No, but that's not a different pronunciation. A different spelling.
That's right. That's right. I did learn that. I thought it was spelt the same, but you were just pronouncing it very stupidly.
I'm used to it all. So last Monday was the 8th anniversary of my coming to America day.
It was.
As well as being Valentine's Day. Which
we do not care about.
No, we largely ignore.
Yes.
We love each other every day.
We do.
And it was also
Where'd you guys go? Oh, I forgot. You guys can still hear me. I don't know why I'm not talking. Yeah, I don't know if anybody has this place called Cane's near them. But I went there today, and then I had some Annie's mac and cheese after. And Mew has her ear covered in hot sauce. Long story. We'll explain. Hello.
Hello, we
Hello.
back?
Yes.
The ring's
Yes.
not on. We are.
Luckily, this process is a lot. Holy shit!
However, we have a radiation leak.
Yes.
That's combination. There we go.
What's a stream without power outage? God.
That's true. But hey, I'll tell you what. It's so much easier now because
Exactly.
Zoom keeps its spot. So the second we go back, it's like we never left.
Yes, and you don't have to create a new video.
This is true. Very true.
Post.
We don't have YouTube
I'll get
on
it.
the MacBook screen.
Chat to the good people. Why don't
I
you?
will. Yeah. I probably jinxed it by mentioning Ghost.
Yeah, don't do that.
Got away with it. Who were in town last Monday, so we went along to the Peterson event
It
center.
was our first real outing.
It was. It was fucking cold. The Peterson's an awful place.
Oh, Peterson's is terrible.
Because you have to park away from it, and
ridiculous.
You got to walk like a half mile just to get there because you can't park anywhere close.
It was 14 degrees, and it was
misery.
It was not funny, but
Uh-oh. Might have lost him again. Aside from Steph having the coolest hair, she also has by far one of the coolest shirt collections known to man. Yeah, we can't mention. There's a few dreaded words that we just can't say, and they're gonna be words are gonna send you straight to hell. Ha, send you down to hell. It's good soup, as the kids say these days. Good soup. Got the luscious locks. I saw a quick video of a celebrity roast the other day. Like it was just I don't know what it was partially for, but it was Jeffrey Ross, and he had full on dreadlocks. It just reminded me of Will Ferrell in the movie Get Hard. I have to do my taxes tomorrow. You know how exciting that is. Well, actually, my taxes this year are going to be rather straightforward. Kind of proud of myself there. My server went down this week. Sad. Lost my hard drive, so I have to send out the replacements tomorrow. Welcome back.
Hello again. Welcome to the most powerful, sophisticated, marvelous, and wonderful country on the face of God's good earth in the history of God's good people.
Get ready for the blaring light. Please don't yell again.
Can't keep the fucking lights on for more than 5 minutes. Anyway, we're back. The lights get up. The power was off very briefly, but then we have to sit and wait for the Wi-Fi to reestablish itself.
So I think we should plan on not being on
takes a
here a
while.
whole lot longer, calling
you
this
think?
sort of a test night. Well, I mean,
Well, but
everything seems to be.
Once we end it, the lights will stay on for good. So
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning.
Yeah, please don't do that, because I really
But it was
think
wonderful.
you're cursing us.
It was wonderful to see them again. We weren't able to get backstage and meet Tobias because of COVID restrictions and bubbles and all of that,
Yes.
which is a shame. But they're coming back apparently.
We're
So-
not supposed to say
Aren't we?
that. Oh my God.
Well, I mean they're on tour at the moment, so you'll find,
Surprise.
No, we don't know that for sure. We hope.
we always hope.
Yes.
We're always sure.
Yeah, but you should not be talking about them because,
Okay,
because
because
we already lost power twice, and it seems
Yes.
to be the trigger. I don't know.
Okay.
Being superstitious and all.
But I'm a little bit stitious.
But I mean, look, everything looks like it's chugging along as it should be in YouTube Live land.
I apologize, everybody. Do we need to get
America is
YouTube
a
back
third
up on
world
here?
country in many ways. It's true.
It is.
Can't argue with that.
It is.
The logs banged into the sidewalk, holding
Yes.
up all the wires, and
Yeah, who thought let's just get a giant log and hammer it into a sidewalk?
Dead trees all over the country with wires hanging from them. Yeah, I mean, I always say, the clue is in the name. Telegraph poles. Telegraph.
well, in the newer
19th
neighborhoods,
century.
in the nice neighborhoods, which we're not in,
Well,
the power is
it
underground.
goes underground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they don't lose
Well,
power.
because they do that when they're building the houses, so it all happens at the same time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's enough about last Monday.
So how does this look to everybody? How does this? I mean, what does the few
I
of you
can't
that
see
are
us.
in chat?
Is there not many?
Not a whole lot.
No.
But those of you in chat, how does this look? Is this more preferable to Twitch? Were you in Twitch previously? I mean, it's basically the same concept.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
Nothing changes all that much, other than you don't have to pay to look at old shows, which I think is good, right? It's nice of us.
Well, I hope so. And it's also we hope very easy to find them.
Yeah.
There we are. So I don't know what's going on chat. Is anybody asking questions or?
Slightly lower
Okay.
resolution video. Well, it could honestly be us. It could honestly be us. I mean, obviously, if
I suppose it's conceivable that our power may not be at 100%.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's probably that just until on Twitch, until you hit affiliate, it only outputs at a certain resolution. So
no, I don't think it's that. I
don't think that's
do
an issue,
watch a
but-
lot of YouTube Live, and
Yeah.
people do, they will mention that their Wi-Fi has been slow, and you see that their resolution is not necessarily the best at that moment. And we have spotty Wi-Fi to begin with. And it has been raining like all day.
cats and dogs.
Very windy. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, except when it freezes and you go away. Yeah, well, good weather days, we hopefully won't have that problem.
Yeah.
So,
Spring and summer are right around the corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I think out of all the shows we've done, we've probably had like 2 or 3 where our power hasn't gone out at some point.
Tom
I've
Savini
got-
was good. Robert was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Dave last week was fine.
Well, we lost him. We lost it for about a minute and a half because my power.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Didn't they
we
cut
did.
through a
Your
cable
power
or
went
something?
out, right?
Yeah, they were doing some water main, and when good old Cuyahoga County, when they work on the water, that means they work on the electric at the same time.
Right.
Whatever you do, don't cut that cable.
Yeah.
What, this one?
Well, let's just say, if we go out again, then we'll just call it a night.
Yeah, this is just a little trial. Just
Yeah.
we want to see that this works before we get a guest on here.
In the
And
old
then,
country, we like to say it's all part of growing up and being British. And that doesn't
But I mean,
apply
it
to me
is
now.
why we decided to do it tonight when it's just us. I don't want to do
I was
that.
mentioning that we're back on the convention circuit, and we are booked for the Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Festival in Nashville, Tennessee, which we've done that show before.
It's been
but
a
not-
long
I
time.
think it's like
The
10
last time
10
we
years.
did that, I think it was more than
Long
10
time.
years. Last time we did that is when all that flooding.
Is it our fault? There was a hurricane, I think,
yeah.
wasn't
We
there?
were, and you were signing by candlelight for a while, and then
Till
the fire marshal came in,
and said,
shut
"You're
everything
not doing
down. Yeah.
that." Yes,
Yeah.
it's our fault.
But that was
So
fun.
that's,
Though. It was
that's-
fun.
that's
Remember having
actually-
dinner? It was like Bill Mosley and a bunch of
Yes.
us were all sitting
Where
there
candlelight
and
was
by
so
candlelight.
romantic.
Yes.
That's Easter weekend in Nashville, middle of April, 15th to 17th.
So come to a horror
I think.
convention and be blasphemous on Easter
And
weekend.
Then we are going to be in Pasadena in
June 3rd through 5th.
Monsterpalooza, and subsequently we will be at 2 Monstermania shows. Monstermania 50
Wow.
in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, just outside Philadelphia.
50.
I did Monstermania 1,
Wow.
which wasn't 50 years ago. I hasten to add. I'm not quite that old. As they do more than one show a year. They've been doing a couple of shows a year for a long time, and 3 now. And then I will be doing. In fact, they're doing 4 shows this year because he's added
They're
the
doing that
Oaks
outdoor
now,
one,
isn't he?
yeah.
No, I think that's going to be indoors.
Because
the
there's some
place
sort
that
of
he talked about.
right.
We
Yes.
did an outdoor show for Dave Hagen, who is the promoter who puts Monstermania on. That was the first one back that we did in May last year, which was really good. It was hot. It was mid-90s
very
in
hot.
May. Everybody
And everybody
stood
wore
patiently
their
in the
masks.
sun and wore their masks.
Yes,
with
it was scary, but it was good.
notable exceptions.
Remember that
No
furniture
names, no
store?
factuals.
You remember that what the furniture store was called? David, there was a
No.
furniture store next to this place called The Dump.
The
the
dump.
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 Was it like new furniture or
Yeah.
vintage?
Brand new furniture. I'm like, why would they be calling a furniture store The Dump? Yeah, don't know.
So
I don't.
That's all I really remember about it.
I don't know how that one got signed off on.
There was a furniture store called The Dump.
which I think because that was where we went to use the loos.
We
I
did,
think,
but we did not, in fact,
but not
dump.
to take a dump.
No,
No, but
we
you had
went
gone
into
to use the facilities.
I did.
and informed me that it was called the dump. So
So you said that show was in a parking lot or
It
like an
was.
outdoor?
Yeah, like
Okay.
It's where they would typically set up, like a
flea market.
traveling carnival.
Yeah,
or a
okay.
flea
exactly
market, that
like
sort of
a
thing.
convention.
Yeah.
We all sat under our pagodas
Mhm.
with our tables with our
Mhm.
photographs on. Not only was it very hot, it was also extremely windy.
Yes, we had rocks on top of his
On
pictures.
top of all the pictures to stop them blowing around all over the place. And there was an entertaining moment where it looked as though Christy Swanson's pagoda was going to go into orbit.
I'm sort of
um,
keeping my fingers
uh,
crossed. for that one.
Now, so he's doing the show in the Oaks area again, I think, but later this year and indoors.
But we won't be there
We
anyway.
won't be doing that one. We're doing Cherry Hill, which is in New Jersey. It's just outside Philadelphia.
You don't see my
That's
glass, by the way.
in the middle of August.
Is that good?
Ooh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
And the
Did you
candle,
see my Betty White candle?
That's
My saint.
I love that.
Saint Betty.
My daughter bought that for me. Isn't that
Yeah.
nice?
That's a great gift.
So that's middle of August, and then we will be at Monster Mania 51 in Hunt Valley, Maryland, which is just outside Baltimore, and that is the cusp of the cusp. It's a good word, isn't it? Cusp. The cusp.
I'm taking your word
of
for it 'cause
September
I
and
don't remember.
October.
Convention in Scotland. That would be cool. Didn't we have you had an invitation?
I know.
No.
Oh, the one we just had?
I don't. I
That's
can't
Wales,
keep track.
but I can't do that.
Oh,
one.
right.
It's actually in Telford, which I didn't realize was technically in Wales. I thought it was actually in. It's just over the border. I can't do that one, but may do that later.
But we would like to. We'd like to go to
Yes,
Scotland. You would like to go to Scotland.
Well, I'm half Scottish. I have done a show. What was the show that used to be? I used to do at the NEC. What was that called? Not Autographica. That was a different one. Memorabilia, which was at the NEC in Birmingham, and they did a memorabilia at the SEC, which is the Scottish Exhibition Centre. I did that one. I gave Peter Davidson a ride to the
I don't know who that is.
convention hall. He was a Doctor Who.
That's why I wouldn't know who that is.
Amongst many other things.
Don't get that show at all.
I've had that Peter Davidson in the back of my car. And lovely fellow he is too.
Yeah.
So one of these fine days, the last show we did in the UK was in Sheffield HorrorCon.
Tentatively planning on doing that next year.
Maybe so. Also, for the love of horror in Manchester,
Possibly. They've been in touch,
trying to get me.
Let's not jump the gun, but
no, I will
in
be,
talks.
I will, I think, be in the UK in October.
Yes, but you should probably not say why.
No.
You know, keep the private stuff private, Nat.
Not for business purposes.
No. The Crypt of Horrors wants to know.
Yes.
What's your favorite Hellraiser after part 3?
After part 3. Oh, you
or
mean
one you most tolerate?
One I most tolerate. So I assume in the way you're asking the question, you're also discounting Hellraiser and Hellbound. So you're sort of saying
after part 3,
take Hellraiser, Hellbound, and Hell on Earth off the table. Then it would be the next one up. Would be my next. The one I like most.
Is that Pinhead in space?
Pinhead in space. Yes. Bloodline.
Right.
That would be my next favorite. One after that, Inferno, is my least favorite. And then probably I like them in descending order from there. Hellseeker, part 6, then Deader, part 7. And Hellworld, part 8, though Hellworld was greatly enlivened by working with Lance Henriksen, which is wonderful. And his first day at work was great. It was quite often the leading human actors in Hellraiser movies don't pay a great deal of attention to those of us lesser mortals in latex. But I was in the makeup trailer, and Gary Tunnicliffe is working away, dabbing glue and latex and paint upon my head, and there was at the door of the trailer, and we said, "Come in," and the door opened, and it was Lance, who said, "Hi, do you mind if I come in and say hello?" And in he came. And
had you met him before that?
No, we worked again subsequently on Pumpkinhead 3, but not at that point. And so I fanboyed, and he fanboyed back. And then he said, "Do you mind if I sit here for a while?" And I said, "Of course not." He said, "I'm fascinated. I just would love to watch the process if you don't mind." I said, "Of course not." So we just sat in a chair in the corner and watched, and we smoked and chatted, and
He's
it
a
was
cool guy.
wonderful. He
He's a
is.
very cool guy.
Yeah.
There's a great picture floating around on the webs of it's obviously at a convention, and everybody goes outside to smoke,
Yes.
and it's Lance next to a very large, very decorated drag queen, and they're just having a very casual smoke break together, and it's just it's so cute. You just tell he's a cool guy.
Cool. Yes, he is very much so.
Oh, good, you figured out the name change, right? If anyone did not hear that before, there are some people who are concerned about real names. You can change your display name very, very easily in YouTube to as many times as you want to. Don't think there's any restrictions on that. Just so you don't have last names if you don't want the last name.
So, do you agree? Crypt of Horrors. What's your favorite?
He said, "Oh, thank you. I'm
3.
about to watch the rest of the series after stopping at part 3 last year." So
right. Bloodline really does kind of carry the story on from the end of Hellraiser 3. At the end of Hellraiser 3, we see the box, going into the concrete in the foundations of the building, and then we kind of close out with that extraordinary statue, which is real, not constructed for the film. They were driving around scouting locations for the final shot in Charlotte, I think, in North Carolina, which is where we shot Hellraiser 3. And everybody kind of, crapped themselves when they drove past that statue, because it appeared to have been constructed for the film.
what was it for? Was it just some random art piece?
It was just a piece of public statuary outside the building, but it looked like a kind of Art Nouveau version of the lament configuration.
Right.
And then the shot of the interior of the building, which has kind of been, as it were, the idea was being infested with the lament configuration. That idea gets picked up again in Bloodline. It's a very ambitious movie, and it was not a straightforward shoot by any means. That's a very long story, which we can go into if you wish, but it is a very long story. If it could go wrong, it did go wrong. And it was a miracle that there's a decent movie to be rescued out of it. And of course, 2 directors worked on it, and it ended up as an Alan Smithy film, which means that nobody was directly taking responsibility for it. I mean, if you want me to go into chapter and verse on Bloodline, you have only to ask. But there is a lot to tell.
He also said, "I enjoyed 3 much more than people told me I would. I think Hellbound is my favorite thus far. I somewhat identified with Dr. Channard.
Right.
Similar personality traits."
Huh.
I don't know if
I'm not
that's
sure
a good thing or
what
a bad
that says
thing.
about
I don't know.
you, Crypt of Horrors. That's cool. A lot of people pick Hellbound as their favorite out of the series. I put it very much in second place after Hellraiser, but that's, it's all a matter of choice. But a lot of people, I think, like the full-onness of Hellbound.
Let's see. My also word of advice. Up where it says live chat, you want to always make sure you are in live chat and not top chat. I've also learned that for some reason, top chat will only show you, I guess, certain users, or it filters out some messages for some reason, or comments for some reason. So always make sure you're in live chat, like I was not just now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as Antoine says, my personal favorite will always be the first Hellraiser film, but the first 4 really carry the most cohesive storyline.
Yes.
The fourth one should really have been 2 movies.
The fourth one
That's what they say.
should have been 2 movies.
I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot invested really in Hellraiser being my favorite, and a lot of that, you know, is because it's the place that we started out, and it was my first movie Clive directed, and after working together in the theatre for 10 years, you know, to be working together on a great big grown-up film set was kind of wonderful.
I'm just trying to figure out how to navigate everything.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's different. It's different when you're actually involved in it, not just watching it. You know what I mean? Hey, that background's pretty cool.
What background?
Did you do that?
What? Huh?
Not the background, but like the preview image with the eyeball and the chain.
Oh, that was Nathan.
Good job, Nathan.
Nathan's our resident graphic designer.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, Crypt of Horrors, about the chan art and the desire for knowledge at all costs. To think I hesitated, he says when he becomes a Cenobite. Ken Cranham, great actor. He is one of the country's, or one of the UK's best actors, in my opinion. No question about that. It was great to have him in the show, and I treasured the few days he and I sat next to each other in our dentist's chairs in the makeup room, being simultaneously turned into Cenobites together. And then we went our separate ways, and I didn't see him for quite a long while. And then I was at a small pub theatre in Islington in North London called the King's Head, which has done theatre there for forever and ever and ever and ever. And I was in actually an American play, great classic American play, Inherit the Wind, which is based on the true story of the Scopes monkey trial in the 1920s, when the Kansas School Board, I believe it was, put a teacher on trial for teaching evolution in the classroom, and I was playing the
monkey.
No. The barrel organ. No, I was playing the preacher, the minister, hellfire and brimstone.
Nice.
Minister. So I can't remember whether it was during rehearsals or whatever, but so the theatre's in the back, and then the pub is at the front, and a bunch of us was sitting around a table, you know, chatting, talking, waiting for whatever we were waiting for. And the door of the pub was open to the street, and suddenly a voice said, "Doug!" I looked up, and it was Ken, who had just walked past and double took because he'd seen me sitting at the table. So I went out and talked to him, and he said, "Now, tell me the Hellraiser thing we did together." I said, "Yes." I mean, Ken has done so much stuff; it's unreal. I mean, he's, you know, in his career, he started his film career in Oliver, if you will. What is that? That's 60 years ago now, surely. He said, of all the things I've done, the one thing people keep asking me about is Hellbound. So we, you know, I laughed and we talked about all of that, and he did some conventions with us subsequently, which was great fun.
Is he the one in New Jersey?
Was he at the one in New Jersey?
Like the mega reunion was insane.
I think so.
Everybody went bonkers.
Oh, no, he wasn't. You mean that was kind of Hellraiser and Nightbreed reunion?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm pretty certain he wasn't at that
Mm.
one. Claire Higgins was at that one, but we did also have a big reunion. I think that was horrifying, and I think that was the show that that Danny came to.
Mm.
I said we won't have a show next week because we'll be at Days of the Dead in Atlanta. We will be back on March the 3rd, and our guest that evening, unless something goes wrong between now and then, because rock and roll, but all things being well, our guest that night will be Mr. Danny Filth of Cradle of Filth, which I'm very excited about.
Me too.
We might have to do it a little bit earlier.
We might. We'll talk to him. We did that when Barbie was our guest.
And that worked out well.
It did. We started.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Because she was on a 6-hour time delay because she was actually in Europe, so it was starting at 11 p.m. her time. Well, we may have to jump the time around a bit, depending on where Danny is, and I don't know what hours he keeps.
I don't know either. Well,
we'll talk to him, but that will be March the 3rd, all being well.
And then we're not sure about the 10th.
We're not sure about the 10th for private reasons. We may not be able to do that show.
Stay tuned to social media for further announcements.
Thank you, Archangel.
You're welcome.
So then we will be back on the 17th. And,
planning on it, yes.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, is it? Oh, everyone will be out getting drunk.
Drinking green beer. I never understood that. All those people who are not Irish out celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, they love it. They just want, an excuse to act like a drunken fool.
Exactly. Any excuse to get drunk. God, you hear
Who
the
needs
rain?
an excuse?
Do you hear the rain?
Is that the rain?
That is the rain. Really heavy. Yeah.
If we lose you, it's been a good night.
Flood advisories.
It sounds like
every 5 minutes.
Like Keith Moon's somewhere in the background.
Yeah. I just saw a flood advisory pop up. Flood advisory in effect for Pittsburgh, PA until 11 p.m.
There we go. Jolly
We
good.
are. And then we
Right,
got
all that snow melting.
Something.
Yeah, then we got a ring alert.
Yeah, but it's
for
coming
power
back tomorrow
outages.
afternoon.
It's like, no kidding. Yeah. Good
Oh.
times.
Anton Kovalenko read The Hellbound Heart before seeing Hellraiser. Me too. Not in the Books of Blood though. It wasn't part of the Books of Blood. It was a separate thing.
Everyone is a little Irish on St. Paddy's Day, except for Scottish. We don't need an excuse to drink. So.
There you go. Well, I'm half Scottish, so what can
I'm part Irish, and I don't even drink. So
there you go. I was taught a great Scots Gaelic toast once, which, with apologies to anyone who can actually speak Scottish Gaelic, was agus hulagra a chi scanacht.
Excuse me?
Yeah, what?
Say what now?
Which means basically, here is to every day you will see and to every day that you will not see, which has the double meaning of here's to every day of the rest of your life that you will see and every day beyond your life that you will not see because you're dead. But it also carries, of course, the implication here's to every day that you will see because you're sober and every day that you won't see because you're blind drunk.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh has like one of the biggest St. Paddy's
Day parades
yeah,
outside New York, I think, doesn't it?
Boston, I think Boston.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think I know the top 5. It's obviously Boston. Chicago has one.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Cleveland has a massive one.
Right.
Atlanta, and then New York.
Right.
Nowhere West Coast.
No.
No Irish on the West Coast.
Apparently not.
It's too hot to drink Guinness.
I was going to say, I think people are bigger drinkers where it tends to be colder.
Do you think?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe
You're just like
maybe the drink is
miserable all the
different.
time.
In hotter climates, do you drink sort of cocktails rather than.
Little
Yeah,
umbrellas in them.
yeah.
I just bought some porter today in the grocery store.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, it's a bit like a spout, a spout,
A spout.
a stout, only slightly different.
Oh, a porter, oh, like a beer. You
Yes,
mean? Oh,
yes. I didn't buy
how
a.
nice for you.
No, I didn't buy a little man with a trolley and a peaked cap.
I think that was some sort of, hard liquor or something. Don't know.
Oh, someone's speaking Gaelic on the
They are
on
where?
the chat.
Oh, what does that say?
Slangevar, that says Slangevar. Slangevar, back to you, Fraser. Sounds like a good Scottish name to me. Slangevar is basically Scottish for good health. Cheers.
Nice.
Bottoms up.
Oh,
Often shortened simply to slange.
what kind the cryptophorus wants to know?
What kind of what?
I don't know. Whatever you just said you bought, a porter.
I can't remember.
St. Patrick's Day in New York City. Or
It
there's a
says
few
it's
stories.
on the side.
That?
It claims to be rich, dark, and sexy.
Oh,
And
good.
I can claim to be none of these things.
Will everyone be watching the Leprechaun movies around? God, I love that movie.
You do?
Loved.
Loved.
Not currently.
Not
I
currently,
haven't seen it in
right.
ages, but
No.
one of those things that used to be on HBO constantly, and I think I watched just about every time. That and Troll. Remember Troll?
What are the best Irish movies?
Best Irish movies.
Are we talking horror or just in general?
Just in general.
Boondock Saints.
Who?
I've never seen that movie.
The Boondock Saints.
No.
The
I've never
Boondock
seen it.
Saints. Right.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Second one, meh. But apparently, number 3 is in the works.
Ah, I didn't
Never
see
saw
number
it.
2.
It's a good one. I must say. I don't know if you'll enjoy it, but it's a really good movie.
Right. Okay.
But what's an Irish movie though? What would a I can't think of.
Wasn't there one called The Littlest Leprechaun or something?
I don't know. Yeah. No, I
Or-
can't. Nothing that stands out as an Irish movie comes to mind, other than Leprechaun.
There's The Untouchables, which features features Sean Connery playing an Irish cop with a Scottish accent,
Right.
as only Sean Connery
Well, there's
can.
Goodfellas, and Henry Hill was Irish, which is why he was never able to
Yes.
become a made man, because he was Irish and not Italian.
Right.
So
I think. The Departed.
I've never seen that either.
That had a crazy cast.
Yes.
What makes that Irish? Is that the Irish mob?
It's the Irish mob.
Right.
Yes. Jack Nicholson and Leonardo DiCaprio and
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I guess I don't know if you can throw The Town as an Irish movie, even though it was like it was about a Boston bank robber. So I guess that kind of counts a little bit.
The Irishman. Is that an Irish movie? Just because it's
The
the Irishman.
Irishman.
Oh, Kill the Irishman, about Danny Green.
It's
weird.
It's a bit similar to the Goodfellas thing. Again, the Irishman was on the fringes of.
I was very disappointed.
the mob.
Very disappointed in that movie. It was very strange.
I was
the
too.
CGI they did was really
Yeah, I thought it
weird.
was-
Oh, was it that Netflix movie or whatever that everybody like?
De Niro and Pacino.
Yeah.
They they de-aged the actors, and they looked so bizarre.
Which was fine. The de-aging was okay, but they I understand this. They moved like men in their 70s. They walked like men in their 70s. Apparently, I have been told that it was a bit of a standing joke on set. Pacino may have been aged down playing Jimmy Hoffa to look like a young man, but it still took him 5 minutes to get up out of his chair.
Oh,
To which, making old man noises as we go. You reach that age where you can't stand up or sit down without going, ah! And then when you sit down, there's always the, ah.
I've been sighing a lot lately.
There you go.
Yeah,
Any particular reason?
Just, existence.
Okay.
In general.
Yeah, that's a common one.
Like not in conjunction with any particular movement, just, walking through the house and I'll catch myself going,
why am I doing this? Right.
Like that. I'm like, oh, why am I doing that?
I keep opening the cupboard door when I mean to open the fridge.
And then you leave it open and hit your head on it.
No.
Yes, you do.
No, that's a different cupboard.
Which cupboard? The one with the vitamins in it?
No, I mean the cupboard. I walk past the fridge
With
and open the
with the
cupboard in the
sweepers
dining
and
room.
stuff?
Yes. And then I stand in front of it and think, why have I opened this door? And then realize I meant to open the fridge.
Really?
Yes. Is this,
How long until the realization hits?
is this
this
the
is-
beginning of dementia?
That's pretty weird.
Well, it's because I don't focus on what I'm doing. I do this all the time.
Obviously.
I don't concentrate on what I'm doing. I'm thinking about something else. And so I think somewhere in my head, I've
You want to get the
registered,
Swiffer when you were really
No.
thinking of a sandwich?
I've registered that I need to open a door. So I
Yeah.
do.
But it's such
But
a
it's just
different.
the
The
wrong
fridge
door.
is
No,
this,
I
and
know,
that
I know,
cupboard is
I know.
this.
There's no correlation between the two at all.
No,
No.
that's really weird. I had no idea you were in
I
that.
don't do it a
phase
lot,
of life
but I
right
have done it.
I will admit, I sometimes go to the kitchen and open a cabinet, and I don't know why I'm in there.
Stare at it.
Well, we all do that, and it's nothing to do with age. You walk into a room and why am I here?
Yes,
Sometimes it takes me like a few minutes to realize what I'm doing in
Oh,
there.
the way I find to get yourself out of that particular dilemma is to retrace your footsteps
That
to where
doesn't
you
work.
just came from,
That doesn't
and
work.
then you'll remember why.
No,
were
you
going,
won't. You just get distracted along the way by something else completely different, and then
squirrel.
yeah, I know what that's like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like any of it, really.
I mean, there's in today's day and
everyone
age,
has ADHD.
you
We all
gotta
have-
let a sigh out.
I haven't
Yeah.
put my slippers in the oven yet. So I'll let you know when that happens.
If you've left poop bags in your pocket.
Well, I have, but that's just because Zig poops and I pick up the poop and I knot the bag and I put it in my pocket and then
And then
I'm
you
thinking
smell.
about something
I'm like,
else.
I'm walking through the house. What the fuck is that smell? Who shit themselves? It's like, oh, you left a poop bag in your pocket with poop in it.
Now, Doug, do you have one of those like little leash clips that have those bags inside it?
No.
I would say because you can just like tie the used bag around
That's a
that.
good idea. I think you need to get one of those.
$10 on Amazon and it includes 600 bags.
There you go.
Good Lord. I haven't done that for a very long time.
No, but once is
I think
enough. Caused trauma.
Last Sunday was Ziggy's birthday. He
It
was
was?
8.
Just be thankful you didn't lay in bed with that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have it on my person. It was in
It
my
was in his
coat pocket.
Thank God.
Oh, okay.
Hanging up on the coat.
I wasn't walking around the house
Covered.
smelling of shit. I
No.
wish to,
No,
uh,
no. Goodness.
It was in my coat pocket, which I just
Hanging up on the
taken
coat
off
hook.
and
Yeah.
hung up on the hook. The
Yeah.
coat, not the bag of poop.
you put the bag of poop up there instead of the coat.
No. I'm saying I didn't do that. It was
That would be something though.
poop was in the pocket of the coat, which was
But
on
in
the
a
hook.
bag. In a bag. Don't forget the bag
Yes.
part.
I
It
don't-
wasn't just poop in a
pick up his
pocket.
Poop with my
Poop in
bare
a
hands
pocket.
and stick
Poop
it in my
pocket.
Poop pockets.
in the poop bag in the poop pocket in the side pocket of my jacket, which is kind of poop colored, really, isn't it?
What
Jacket.
jacket? It is poop colored.
Yeah.
It's your poop duty jacket.
And
Yeah.
dogs, of course, are all greatly confused as to why they get taken out of the house to shit
I
because
feel bad for
they're not
dogs.
allowed to shit in the house. So they do. They go out of the house and then for some reason their owners pick it up and take it home again.
So humiliating for dogs. I'm gonna sneeze.
God bless you.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Peace be with you.
I feel bad for dogs. Like you
Why?
drive by, like it's humiliating for them. You're driving by and there's like dogs squatting.
Yeah. It's always got the shiver.
Going by, like, look at that. Look at dog shitting.
In the rain.
Yeah.
As Zig was.
Oh yeah, in the rain. That
Humiliating,
rain. That's a song, isn't it?
Shitting in the rain.
Like shitting in the rain.
I don't know that one.
No, I don't know it either. Is that a remix?
Excuse me. The things we do for love, isn't it? Or no. Like walking in the rain.
I know what you're saying.
Wishing on a star up above.
I think you're getting two
And
songs
being
mixed up.
so in love.
That is why I have a nice, clean lizard that lives in a tank. We have a turtle that lives in a tank.
We do. We have a
I want a turtle so bad.
Mr. T.
Mr. T out there.
Because you don't have enough animals. You don't
That's
have
true.
quite the menagerie yet.
Does he what's it called? Does the cat mess with the turtle at all? Or
There was a
No.
time when she was sitting on top of the cage,
A lot.
but that
Staring at him.
stopped. I think she was just trying something new for a bit.
I can imagine cats can't. If a cat does get a hold of a turtle, the turtle probably just tucks and just lays there, and the cat really can't do
There's
much.
like a great picture
Well,
of the turtle out
depends.
in the yard, and like Pluto was trying, like
It depends on the
explore
cat. Pluto loses
and he
interest
put
in
himself
anything the
in.
moment it stops moving,
This is
including
true.
half-dead birds, unfortunately.
Yes.
And he's been out in the yard. I take him out in the yard for a walk in the summer. He's been out in the yard with Zig, who gives him a
Gives him
bit
a
of a
sniff.
sniff, and then ignores him. It's just occasionally if Zig's chasing after a ball, if I'm throwing a ball for him at the same time, then Mr. T's in danger of getting trodden on.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he's well protected.
that's why they have shells. What kind of turtle? He's just a
Is that
box
why
turtle.
tortoises have shells in case dogs
So in
tread on
case
them?
dogs
Ah,
trample on
okay.
them. Yes.
That was very thoughtful of God.
Yeah, he threw him a bone
Just in case. You never know.
after he killed everybody.
Yes. Well, in general, God gave the turtle protection, not just against big giant German shepherds.
No.
But it was nice to see that a lot of people commented under Ziggy's birthday post about how old their dogs were, and there was some
Some old
senior
German
dogs.
shepherds.
Yes.
Yeah.
15, 12.
Jeez.
Well, dogs
No.
generally, yeah, but German shepherds
Yes.
specifically.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
That was
the
good to see.
8 to 12 is apparently the life expectancy these days.
Oh.
My vet told me.
Our
My,
Ziggy is very
my-
healthy.
my heart
very fit.
sunk when he said that. He is,
He's very fit.
and the vet did say that. He said the good thing is
Didn't let him get obese.
you've never let him get overweight. He's never put a great deal of weight on.
Yeah,
He's got the last piece of his birthday cake.
he
Yes,
does.
he can have that tonight.
Did he ever have his ice cream?
I don't think he has.
Oh no, we have to
We'll have to
remedy
give him a-
that. Doggy ice cream.
Yes.
Little pup cup.
Yeah, yeah. It was like peanut butter flavor, something.
I think so.
And there was like one that's like cheese flavored ice cream.
Ew.
He'll be very, very happy next
Jesus.
because he'll be going to Airy Pines, which is the kennels that he goes to.
Yes,
When
Shady
we're-
Pines.
When yes, Steph always calls it Shady Pines, after the Golden Girls. And in fact, I've nearly written a check to them to Shady Pines
I have to.
once or twice
yes,
because we always
yes.
call them Golden Pines. Zig loves it there. They've got a lot of open space, and they take photographs and post them
Yes,
on their Facebook page, so we get to see Ziggy while we're away, which is nice.
yes.
Um,
Never worry about him there.
oh, he's happy. He tolerates
I wish they'd put up video
the periods
cameras
in
though.
between going to Airy Pines that
I'm
he
gonna
has to
suggest they
spend
put
with
up-
us, I think.
Up cameras.
I know there's some places that do that have like a
Yeah,
live
yeah.
look.
Right.
Yeah. There's
That's not difficult to do these days, really, is it?
Oh.
not really, no. Yeah, I see there's like doggy daycares that have cameras, and there's cat cafes. And there's such a thing as a cat cafe where you go
They're
and
quite popular.
yeah, and there's like cats hanging out everywhere.
Drinking coffee and
Probably.
and
Yeah.
donuts.
I turned on a live YouTube stream last week at one point. It was somewhere in Alaska, focused in on a stream. Just in time to see a bear biting the head off of a duck.
Jesus.
Duck.
Yeah. There's like this
Jeez.
like flock of, I'm sure it's not
Don't
flock.
let Tom Savini see that.
I don't know what is a group of ducks called? I'm not sure. Anyway, there was
The herd?
there
No.
was there was a collection of ducks, and the bear just very casually grabbed
What
one
is a
and
collection of-
ripped its
A
head
flock
right
of, A
off.
flock of geese.
Nature's fucking brutal.
It
It
is.
is.
It really is.
Well, you know.
But those
bears
cameras
gotta-
are
bears
cool.
gotta eat.
There's so many cool cameras, live cameras, things. Remember April? Was it April the pregnant
April the
giraffe?
giraffe,
Everyone was
yes,
watching April about to give birth.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Was that Philadelphia Zoo?
I don't
Or
remember.
was it San Diego?
Then she
Might have been
died, didn't she?
She did.
April or
recently.
the baby?
No, April, I think.
April died. Aw, that's sad.
It is. No one
So,
likes a dead giraffe.
so look, I don't think we're gonna hang out much longer here, but everything seems to be working as it should, right?
Oh yeah. It not too much different to get used to.
No,
Are we supposed to be doing things like super chats and things like that?
No.
No?
We have to
No.
hit a certain threshold, right,
Oh.
Steph?
yes.
Do we?
Yeah, yes.
Right.
A gaggle of ducks.
Is it really though? I don't think it's gaggle.
I might go for it and say it is. Let's look it up.
Yeah, go for it. Reminds me of the film Grizzly. Barbie Wild was in Grizzly 3.
She
yes.
was in Grizzly
was.
3, yes.
Yeah.
A group of ducks
Yeah.
can be called a raft of ducks,
raft.
a team of ducks, or a paddling of ducks.
A paddling.
Yeah.
Aw, that's cute. Because that's what
Well, I
they
guess
do.
they do, yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, I think it's a gaggle of geese, right?
yeah, gaggle of geese.
Or a flock
Yeah.
of geese.
Yeah.
And I think also a skein of geese.
A
if
what?
they're- A skein.
A skein.
If they're flying. SKEIN.
Okay.
Because they fly in that.
It's weird. Like, why,
V formation,
why does
don't
there
they?
have to be different words for all sorts of animals? You know,
Yeah, why can't they just have a collective?
you know, a gang of
A collective,
This
a
particular
collective noun.
animal.
Everything. I love all those collective nouns.
Yeah, but nobody remembers that shit.
A parliament of crows.
I thought it
a
was a
conference-
murder,
A murder of crows.
Right.
Yes.
which seems appropriate.
I decided the collective name for a group of actors is a complaint
That makes sense.
or a grumble.
A crumble.
A grumble of actors.
Wasn't actresses in particular.
Are you asking me that, Crypt of Horrors, I guess, about my book? Yes, it is in stock. If you're asking that, behind the mask of the horror actor, dogbradley.com/store. You'll find it there.
Mhm. Does anyone in the chat coming to Atlanta? Complaint. I like complaint a lot better.
Better than grumble. I think I like a grumble of actors. A grumble,
That's good.
a complaint of actors.
Should be a complaint of actresses and a grumble of actors.
No.
You know, although most actors complain about something.
Well, how many actresses does it take to change a light bulb?
Be careful now.
Only one. They hold the light bulb because they assume the world revolves around them.
No, that's not right. You told that wrong.
No, I didn't. They hold the light bulb,
Yeah.
waiting, but they don't turn the light bulb.
Yeah.
They just hold the light bulb,
Right.
waiting for the world to
The
revolve
world
around
and
them.
not the room or the.
Well,
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And how
I'll
many-
give you that.
How many actors does it take to change a light bulb?
This one that's actually funny.
Well, there are various different answers. There's like 6, 1 to change the light bulb, and 5 to say, I wouldn't have done it like that.
There you go. There's your website that David has to help us
Yes.
redo.
So click on store and you'll find my book in there, and you can choose the
Sounds
dedication. You'll find 10x8s in there as well, and t-shirts and Spine Chillers CDs. And with the 10 by 8s and the book, you get to tell me how you would like to dedicate it to you. Or indeed, you might prefer that it isn't dedicated to you, and you can tell me that, and I will do nothing other than put my autograph in it.
You're John Hancock.
And I apologize because my website sucks at the moment. And I'm planning to change it. The store doesn't suck. That's the one bit of it that is humming along quite nicely.
Yes.
But I do want to.
And we'll probably
change
turn
the rest of it.
on the Cameo.
I think so. I think I ducked out of Cameo for a while. Because, hey, you know, I'm not afraid to say this, there was a period roundabout then when I think, along with an awful lot of people, I think the phrase is, I wasn't doing too well. I think I was having a touch of, you know, COVID lockdown blues, which still come around from time to time, even though we're not really in lockdown anymore. But, you know, just the whole COVID thing, and it was all just getting a bit much. So I ducked out of Cameo, but I think we will restart Cameo on
Probably
the other
after
side
Atlanta.
of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Don't forget, of course, Screamio,
Mm-hmm.
available at Horror Hub, which is a bit like Cameo. Well, it's not a bit like Cameo. It's exactly like Cameo.
Well, I don't know if it's
Except that
exactly like Cameo,
It's
but
only horror actors.
Yeah.
Cameo is, you know,
genre specific.
the world and his wife are on Cameo. But the aim of Screamio is to make it easier for, you know, for horror fans to find the horror related people that they would like to get a video greeting from. So on the other side of Atlanta, look out for me being available again for video greetings.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, cool.
Get a greeting from Mr. Balls.
Cameo. Yeah, Mr. Balls will say hello to you for a cup of tea.
I wonder. I think his Screamio is like 666 or something.
There you go.
Yep. I like that chair in his photo.
That
thing is literally insane.
Almost. Is that Blackcraft chair?
No, not that one. I think that's an old like church chair.
Of course.
That back is like
666. I'll be 664.
What did he say to us?
The number of the beasts
On
next door
Saturday.
neighbor.
Oh, I just bought like 14 coffins or something like that.
Yeah, we had a great set for the Black Forge show.
Oh, look at that. Jesus.
That is nice. And we were sitting behind the table that had the, you know, the microphones on and cups of coffee and bottles of water and whatnot, was actually a casket. And I was commenting on it and admiring it to Mr. Balls, who was sitting next to me. He said, I'll send you one if you like. He just bought like 14 caskets.
Yeah. Just to put in his church.
As you do.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a coffin when I move in May because I'll be in a bigger spot.
Okay.
I know a coffin factory close by, which I've dumpster dove in a few times.
But they're casket ends, aren't they, for the display ends?
Oh, yeah, like those little like traveling.
Yeah, like when you go into a funeral home and it's almost like a car lot, and they're like, look at these beauties.
Yeah.
The ends on the wall, you know?
This is for your loved one.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so they just throw the ends into the dumpster. So I have like,
damn,
like,
I need to look at. Okay, you just gave me an idea.
Yeah. And I always thought like you can make like furniture or something, like, you know, the two ends and then have like an
end table or something. Yeah, absolutely.
So I have like three ends left.
That's my wife, ladies and gentlemen. Dumpster diving for coffins.
Mm-hmm. Do you expect anything less?
Is there a creative name for the coffin place, like the dump, or?
Well, I won't tell you the name of it because, you know, I don't know that was necessarily legal what I was doing, but I mean they're throwing it out, so like how mad can they really?
Wants to send the trash.
Well,
but,
it's
very close.
Once you put something curbside, it's common property, isn't it?
But it wasn't curbside; it was in their dumpster. So
Crypt of Horror says, I'm still not quite sure who that guy is, to be honest.
Who?
Josh.
Oh, Josh.
I assume you're talking about Crypt of Horrors. Josh is a member of the Horror Hub team, and he was formerly the keyboardist in a band called Motionless in White.
White.
And it is appropriate
Cool
that they should
whip.
be, that, you know, we should be talking about coffins and churches, because the idea of calling the band Motionless in White is that you are motionless in white when you are dead.
Yes.
So
He's
that's
really
who he
he's
is.
really entrepreneur extraordinaire though,
And
isn't
then
he?
yeah, he
He
left.
does a little
left
everything.
Motionless, and he started.
He's got an oddity store called The Strange and Unusual.
Strange
He's got
and
a
Unusual,
restaurant and
yes.
coffee shop, and he's got himself a church that he doesn't know what to do with. And
Yeah.
Spooky Kids is his new
And
musical
Horror Hub.
project, and Horror
Yes.
Hub, and he does
Yeah.
Space Zebra show with Bobby.
Yes.
So
and
I don't know where he has
now the Witching Hour.
where he gets all the time and
I don't.
energy, really.
Well, as we saw, he was taking a median while eating sushi the other day. So he just works through everything.
Yeah, we had a Zoom meeting the other day, and
he was in a music
Josh
store. He
was
was
in about
eating. He was
4
in the
different
car with his
locations.
girlfriend. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
he was at home,
exciting.
then he was back in the car on his
Yeah.
own, and yep.
It was exciting. It was traveling with Josh. You should make
Was.
that a that should be a YouTube stream.
It should.
I like the comedians and coffee or whatever. It's
Meetings
in
in
cars,
cars,
getting
getting
coffee.
coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's great.
Right. So anywho, why don't we wrap it up for tonight? Spread the word if you don't mind, because obviously we're it feels like we're starting from scratch all over again.
Even though really nothing has changed.
I just feel like we hit a bit of a wall on Twitch and didn't really feel like the possibility of growth really did not feel as though it were there anymore. And I feel like there's more room for growth with YouTube. But obviously we're, starting at the bottom again. So, spread the word, come back. We promise we'll try and be a little more exciting.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I know. We'll have interesting people to talk to. It won't just be us.
Yes.
Talking about nothing in particular. But yeah, so subscribe and, convince other people to subscribe and set your notifications and all that good stuff. And, come back. And yeah, I do think YouTube will be a better fit for us. I really do. We'll get there. We'll build ourselves back up and hopefully get a bit bigger.
Wood carving, Anton. Wow, that's a cool thing to be doing. Cool.
So we won't be here next week, as we said, but when we return, we'll have Danny here.
Yep.
So, spread the word. Anything else, David? Anything you'd like to add?
I got nothing.
Nothing at all.
The Cryptic Force has had a great time as usual. Plus, you can pronounce the name better than whatever that other word is.
Kenneth Collins says he met me at DragonCon years ago.
Well, it's been a while since that show. That's a fun show. Crazy.
It is a huge show. It takes place in like 4 hotels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And everybody it's Saturday evening just to watch the fancy dress
crazy
parade.
Yeah, then we just sit up one of the balconies and just watch people go by. It's
up
insane.
and down the escalators.
Yeah,
hotel has this huge atrium that
looks like the inside of an Aliens movie.
It does, exactly.
I like the
ribs of the alien.
Yeah, like a Geiger painting. Definitely very cool.
That's Atlanta also. DragonCon.
Yeah. So hey, if you're gonna be in Atlanta, come by and say hi next weekend.
Taxable Etsaberry. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Y'all gotta make your names easier.
Etsaberry Otsoa. We love you guys. Well, we love you guys too.
See, then you have to when you get used to people's names, you have to give them a little nickname so you don't have to pronounce their full name every time.
No, it'll just be Sabi.
Yes. But okay.
And thank you.
Anything?
Christine, we will try and stay safe during our travels. We will see you back here on the 3rd of March. Thank you for everybody being with us this evening. I hope you've had fun, and we will see you again. In the meantime, peace